Welcome back everyone to the Working Class Revolt, and today I want to talk about some articles circulating the internet regarding Keir Starmer's popularity. Now, it's no secret that Keir Starmer's popularity has dropped, and when I say dropped, it was never that high in the first place. But what these articles all around the internet are really getting at is a dig at the boogeyman of politics, the individual that all mainstream media like to call every single day, and I'm sure anyone watching this video can guess who that is. And it is the leader of the Reform Party, Nigel Farage. So all the articles start with the same headline: Sir Keir Starmer now as unpopular with the public as Nigel Farage. And what they're doing is, it's obvious, Keir Starmer's not very popular, but the whole aim of all these newspaper headlines is to basically make Nigel Farage and put it in your head that Nigel Farage is a villain who everybody hates. And you are so bad that you can dare be compared to Nigel Farage when it comes to popularity. Now, depending on what article you read, it says Keir Starmer has the support of 40% of the public, which actually would be very good. It would be more than the entire Labour vote this time. And it can be down as little as 26%, which I still think is probably a little bit high. Now, Nigel Farage's ratings, it claims in this article, is 27%, with Keir Starmer's at 26%. Now, I can absolutely guarantee that Nigel Farage has far bigger than 27% in personal popularity. Now, don't get confused with the Reform UK's vote, or the Labour's vote, or Conservatives' vote when you're dealing with how popular somebody is. Richie Sunak, for instance, got 25% of the popular vote at the last election, and I can guarantee he doesn't have 25% of people who approve of the job he was doing. When people go to vote at general elections, and everybody does this, I've been guilty of this myself, our heart will want to vote for somebody. So in this instance, let's say somebody who's always voted Labour wants to vote Reform. They feel though that if they vote Reform it would be a wasted vote, so instead they vote Labour to keep the Conservatives out, who they dislike more. And to flip that around, you have somebody who's always voted Conservative, who wants to vote Reform, likes Nigel Farage, but votes Conservative because they're scared of a Labour government. So that means that, but what you do find, with the Reform parties, the people who vote Reform love Nigel Farage, 100% of them. And then you get a big percent of both of the major two parties that have people that also agree with Nigel Farage and like Nigel Farage, but don't necessarily vote the Reform Party. So I wouldn't be surprised if Nigel Farage's popularity was probably round about the same as the Brexit vote, round about 50%. And the reason I say that, when you're Nigel Farage and you take such a strong stance and you know exactly where he stands on issues, you find that those issues are usually round about 50% of the country, if not more. So if we look at illegal migration, Nigel Farage's position is around 80% favourable with the public. If you take a look at wanting to cut the numbers of immigration, around 70%. If you look at the cuts he wants to make in spending for climate change, that's around 50% of the public agree with Nigel Farage. If you take a look at the Reform vote, and then you take a look at the Labour voters who voted for Brexit, and the Conservative voters who believe in small seat conservatism, Nigel Farage's popular vote for himself will be massive. And that is why Nigel Farage, when you search anywhere who is the most popular politician in the country, for the last 10 years has been no other than Nigel Farage, with the odd change sometimes to who is now in second place, which is Boris Johnson. The most popular politicians are always those that are also hated the most. You always have a split with people. Look at Donald Trump in the United States of America. People love or hate him, and Nigel Farage has that same thing going for him. Not a lot of people will tell you Nigel Farage is okay. They love Farage or they dislike Farage. But what the mainstream media is attempting to do here, because they are so scared of Nigel Farage and the rise of the Reform Party, or the possibility that Nigel Farage might actually come up with some deal with the Conservative Party, they are trying to make you think that the man is unpopular, he's the boogeyman. And now when we talk about somebody's popularity, we're going to say it's nearly as low, or it is as low as Nigel Farage. He is now the new benchmark for unpopularity. But anybody watching this video, I do apologise, I've just got my cat pulling at the phone. But anybody who is watching this video, I'm sure agrees that Nigel Farage is an individual that stands by his convictions. Nigel Farage believes in the same thing now that he believed in 10 years ago. But please let me know what you think. Do you think people's minds will be altered by this? Or do you think people are now seeing through the rubbish and the nonsense, and that when Nigel Farage is actually called like this on the internet, that it's having the same effect that it did when the mainstream media attacked Donald Trump in America, that it actually makes him more popular? And I want to thank you all for watching this video, and can I please ask you to like, share and subscribe.